Guess what? I have about $1 million, almost more than $1 million worth of trucks, vehicles, military equipment that I completely forgot about. So in today's video, we are gonna show you why I forgot about it, where I spent the money, how long it's been sitting, and what we can do, most importantly, to recover some of that money. So I got Alan here. Alan is my wizard, my local guru when it comes to helping us just make shit happen. That's all there is to it, okay? So over the years, at all these different military auctions and kind of just all over the place, I see something that looks interesting to me. I cover my eyes, I kind of black out, and I just start hitting the bid button. And then whenever the auction's over, I hit it one more time just to make sure I'm the high bidder, and then I win the stuff. And then I call a transporter and say, hey, go to freaking Georgia and pick up this giant army crane for me and deliver it to my shop. So that all happens like pretty streamlined process, right? From purchase to delivery, it's usually like a week or two. The problem, and where we're still struggling trying to figure out how to do this side of the business, is once the item arrives, you're supposed to like fix it, use it, or sell it. Well, what we do, and it's a unique business model, hear me out, we buy it, we have it delivered, and then we just put it here. And then that just kind of stays right there. And so I was actually over here grabbing a trailer the other day, and I started looking, I was like, oh man, this stuff has really started to add up. So we have this giant 25-ton off-road, off-highway crane, really nice crane. I bought that for $5 grand, but it cost me like 12 to get it shipped. So yeah, that's a big unit. When we first got it here, we did start it. It ran okay. It had like a water or head gasket leak, something, so it was like blowing out all the water, so we just kind of left it. That we need to get over to the shop and get fixed, because it is a nice low hour unit, and we could actually use it. We could use it for loading and unloading stuff here at the yard, or better idea would be to fix it and sell it, right? You got that. We got this other off-highway crane that's big. It's like the predecessor to this guy. This is an old cable operated crane, but this is a hydraulic crane. This one had a big boom on it, kind of like that other lattice boom over there on that other big crane.
Yeah, what happened to that boom? It's all mangled.
I pulled it off. It was honestly, I like a little bit of both. I like the carrier of this crane. The carrier is like the chassis.
Yeah.
So what I would like to do is pull the entire rotating crane body off. It's just a bunch of big bolts underneath there. Lift that off, and then we have this really unique chassis. It's got a dozer blade on the front. The motor runs solid. It's got outriggers. Like we could do something with this. I don't know what yet.
Why not leave this rotator on there? That way it's like a rotator winch bucket. So like we go to the cliffside and we need to winch down.
Because the problem is all the old drums and the motor and everything in there, we'd spend more money trying to get that safe.
Didn't those work?
They do, sort of. The thing is,
it all needs to be rebuilt.
Yeah, you'd have to rebuild it, tear it apart, re-lubricate a lot of stuff, because it's older technology.
Yep, it's not safe. I wouldn't trust any overhead load, and let alone people under it. But if we pull that off, we have this really cool like Ninja Turtle without his shell, and then we can just figure out what to do. So we got that. We got M1000 trailers. We got the Het Army truck, which I got some exciting news for you guys. We bought that a couple videos back, and remember, got a good deal on it, but it didn't run. Well, surprise, surprise, we got it figured out. We also have this old airport crash fire truck, which is actually one of my favorite trucks. It looks like a pile of garbage right now, but this is actually a very nice unit. We just took the wheels and tires off of it and put it on our Het wrecker. So this guy, I want to get some wheels and tires back on it and pull it out and have it ready for fire season, because believe it or not, the tanks, the pumps, everything on this truck works flawlessly. It's got low hours, and they're really nice units. People just don't really know what to do with these. I think it's a ARFF P32 or P31 or something. It's an Oshkosh firefighting truck. It's got the big Oshkosh independent suspension, like the big like 9 or 10 ton axles. Very capable, very cool truck. We've got a telehandler that I just barely bought for another auction that we need to load up and take over to the shop. We've got a couple of older Army trucks tucked away in the back with cranes and stuff. So between all the stuff that's over here that's just kind of like rotting and rusting away, there really is, I mean, my cost, what I spent on it, is probably every bit of a couple $100,000, and then retail value or used equipment value, there's probably I bet you there's at least $250,000, $300,000 worth of inventory back here that if we do something with and get it fixed and get it moved and get it on the market, or at least start using it, we're gonna get way more value out of it. So today's video is kind of an update on the week. We're gonna kind of bounce around on a couple different stuff, the things that we got going on, but this is gonna be a huge emphasis on what to do when you buy military surplus vehicles and equipment, and how to actually make a business out of that, or buy them and use them for yourself, because it's a good business if you do it right. But you gotta have the money, you gotta have the time, you gotta have the space for all this stuff, but most importantly, you gotta have the equipment, know-how, knowledge, and experience, which between Alan and I, we've got several decades worth of experience working on this stuff. And so today we're gonna figure out how to keep the business moving on the right track rather than just buying and hoarding stuff, because I've already got that part figured out.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things, like with the military equipment, not all the parts are readily available, so sometimes we have to go to Oshkosh, sometimes we have to find somebody that contacts us that has something that we can use.
Yep.
But it's still a learning process, because a lot of this stuff is newer military equipment that it's hard to get the manuals or whatever for, but slowly work at it and we get it done.
I like it. You heard it from the man himself. So now we're gonna go, another issue we have today is my Hitachi loader is up at my house right now, doing some work in my backyard, and my big Hitachi 345 excavator is on a job about an hour north of here. So we don't have our big heavy lifters that we keep over here intentionally to move stuff around, but instead we have my buddy's telehandler, we have one of his older excavators, and we got winches on the trucks that we're using. So we are gonna use the Army M1070 Het and the M1000 Abrams tank transporter trailer for exactly what they're meant for, hauling big, heavy military equipment. So with that said, let's get moving, shaking, and bonking and bumping. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started.
All right, everyone. Here's an update on our newest Het, which is a full tractor along with the heavy trailer. When we brought this in, it came down from Provo and it was not running. So doing some initial work on it, we tried. It would run on ether, but it wouldn't run on the diesel. We had fuel going up to the engine, but the engine just wouldn't fire with the diesel. It would on the ether. So after doing some, I was working on that for a little bit, and then I get pulled off on something else, and then Joaquin got put on it. And this is actually an M1070. I believe it's probably an A1 model, but it's like really good shape. I ended up going through the trailer, making sure that the engine worked. I had to work on like the diesel engine to run the hydraulics on the trailer. Had to go through, put back all the pieces that were taken off for transport. Went through it to make sure everything was functioning properly. I had to replace one of the pneumatic valves. Got that all working. While I was doing that, Joaquin, on his little test, he started having to work on finding out why there was no fuel going in the engine. And I'll leave that up to him to explain that, or I could just like talk over him. But no, I am going to let him talk about that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so this Het was refurbished in 2010, right? And since then, it only had 200 hours and 7 miles on it. So our first clue was that probably everything was seized, and that was the case. I took away all the air parts; they were all good. I went into the D-deck thinking that maybe that was wrong, and in the previous video that was maybe the suspect, and it was fine. I connected an oscilloscope and I could see the signal going to the valves. And these screaming jimmies are extremely reliable, so if it has air and it has the power, then it's just fuel. So took out the pump, and while it was pumping, the return valve was completely seized. The diesel evaporated and it was just lacquered, gluing the little return valve shut closed. So it was a good clue that the same thing was happening to the injectors. So what I did was take every injector out and remove the solenoid valves. No one here in Utah or in Idaho wanted to touch these injectors, so we ended up refurbishing them in-house cleaning everything, taking everything apart, making sure that all the seals were right, that everything was done very carefully. We popped them back in, and it turned on first try. A huge cloud of black smoke came out, but like 10 minutes later, after revving it, it got up to temperature, it burnt everything, and now it's burning perfectly clean.
Yeah, Joaquin did a really good job. It's like an A on this. He had never worked on one of these before or any of those parts, and he had to figure it out all from scratch.
Yeah, no, for me, everything is electronics, robots, stuff like that. This was the first engine I've ever taken apart. And honestly, I'm so happy that it was a good old diesel, Detroit diesel. It's just the best way to start doing this kind of.
All right, everyone, so that's basically the update for this truck. So everybody can keep watching the videos and watching our updates, and we've got more on the line.
Hey, I want to tell you guys a story. It's an experience that I've had. I think many of you can probably relate to. So as you know, we buy a lot of mainly vehicles and equipment and stuff like that. I started trying to figure out the best way to be able to get information on the vehicle. So I went and I downloaded like one of these VIN decoder apps, Carfax or some of these other, where you can put the vehicle VIN in and it'll give you all sorts of information back about the history of the vehicle. So I went and I started downloading these apps, sign up, get a free trial, forget about the free trial. It would start billing me. So eventually I'm like 8 to 10 different apps deep. Next thing you know, you got hundreds of dollars every single month going out on subscriptions that you're not even using. That's frustrating, especially when you're running a business, because not only are you paying for the personal apps and services, but then you start getting, business apps and expenses. It gets scary fast. Like you can run out of money, and I have before, completely out of cash, and I'm like, where's all my money going? That's why I have something here on my phone. It's a very valuable tool, and it's one of my favorites, and they're the sponsor of today's video. My favorite thing about Rocket Money is the fact that they'll cancel the subscriptions and find the ones that I'm not using. I also just love how it's a valuable tool. I can glance at it and be like, okay, yep, that's what we're spending, and I can kind of budget better. It's a really powerful tool. So guys, listen, before you spend any more money, make sure that your money is not magically disappearing out the back door every month via subscriptions that you've forgotten about and are no longer using. You can try Rocket Money absolutely free by clicking the link in the video description below. Go to rocketmoney.com/Heavydsparks. Just try it. So Rocket Money, thank you for sponsoring today's video, but more importantly, thank you for doing something that I'm really bad at, and it's by tracking down those unwanted purchases, putting an end to them, and letting me know exactly where my money's at and how I can keep more of it. In the meantime, I want to see how it sounds, because this is honest, I have not heard this thing start. I've not tried to start it yet, and I've been thinking about this truck nonstop because it's such a freaking clean, nice unit. I'll put my foot in my mouth. Hear that? Oh, that sounds good. This truck has 8 miles. That sounds really good. The next thing I need to check is the PTO, because the PTO on these heads, that's what controls the hydraulic power for the winches and everything. They're very finicky, so we're gonna... Sounds like it might be working. Shaft in there spinning. That means PTO's running, which is awesome. It engaged first try, which it should with how low the time is on this truck. So now we're gonna check the winches. The first het I've ever operated where the winches actually work, besides our wrecker het. That's wild. Oh. And there, all right, so we should also have high idle control. Now, if this works, I'm gonna be pumped. Tan loco. Dude, that's nuts. First het I've ever owned where everything works so far. That is such a freaking win. That's rad. So I think now what we should do is go hook it to the trailer that was made for these things. The M1000 tank transporter trailer, 70-ton lowboy, specifically made for hets. we'll go hook up to that because as you see, I have more stuff over at the storage yard that needs to come over here to get worked on. So we can literally go haul some of our dead military equipment with the military equipment that we're resurrecting. This is the best day ever. A fun little fact for you. These big winches, these are like 55, 60,000 pound winches. So they're really heavy duty. They're 50 ton. 55,000 pounds per winch. So it's got like 1 inch or 7/8 line. It's really heavy stuff. It's a nightmare to move. So the Army decided to take it easy on the soldiers' backs, and they added this little guy right here. They added a secondary auxiliary winch that you use to pull out your main winch line. So you run this one out, you run it to the trailer, or like a snatch block, wherever out here. You run it back to the main winch line. You hook it on right there, and it'll drag that big line out for you, so you're not sitting there pulling on it. If you guys have seen us use our big green het wrecker, you see us tugging on those winch lines like crazy. They are such a nightmare to pull. So the Army said, nah, we'll save your back, do it for you. But like even stuff like this, little plastic clips, the cover for this winch, I've never seen one of these have the cover on it. Like, it's just such a complete unit. Put that back on, we got our winch, good to go. Got our airlines. Truck's got great tires. I'm gonna throw some grease on that fifth one. We're gonna go hook up to a trailer as soon as my guys get the air filter in. He's happy. So grease on a fifth wheel plate is really important because otherwise you're just putting metal on metal, especially on old equipment. In fact, I don't think this truck has ever had a trailer hooked up to it. I mean, maybe it's got some scratching on here, but if you don't put grease on this plate and you connect a semi-trailer, you're literally just grinding metal on metal, and it'll just wear this plate out. And I've seen these things seize up. They make the most awful noises. It's bad news. So putting this grease on here, now when I hook up the M1000 lowboy trailer, this grease will spread nice and even on the bottom side of the trailer hitch on the neck there, and all over this fifth wheel plate. So just equipment maintenance, preserve the life of it, keep it functioning properly, and you know, sounds good. Doesn't like it's a terrible sound. Metal on metal on these fifth wheel plates. It's the like loudest, most violent, like screechy squeal. Hey, guess what? My best friend's hanging out today.
Yeah, guess who's going? I get to party.
You guys are like, hey, where's Diesel Dave? Where's Diesel Dave? Well, look at his arm. He's out of commission for a minute. Now he's RoboCop. So we're gonna go run the new het, hook it up to one of the new trailers, and see if we can load something on it.
Come on, let's go. Did you guys really miss me? You just saying that. I missed you guys too. Come on.
Move the Hitachi real quick. As you guys have seen, we've got all kinds of stuff over here. We got cranes, we've got telehandlers, we got trailers, all this military equipment that I've just slowly acquired over the years and just kind of was like, ah, we'll get to it, and then we just didn't get to some of it, and there's a lot of money sitting here, so it's time to take advantage of that. The way these trailers work, it's all self-contained hydraulic motor. So there's a diesel motor right there that runs a hydraulic pump. So I start the pony motor right here, and I can control all the hydraulics on the trailer from right here. It's pretty sweet. All my controls are right here, and there's a lot of them. So we want to go up with the neck. Let's see. Pull these. Get hooked up, not crazy, but now you're gonna see the coolest thing in the world. You're gonna see a trailer that has automatic steering. It connects to the kingpin hitch on the het, and as I turn, there's a big wedge in there that controls the hydraulic ram, so the trailer follows me exactly where I go and I don't have to do anything. So cool.
There's a self-centering button. When it turns, it goes that way.
I like how it comes with chopsticks.
What?
Pretty cool.
Those ramps?
That's nice. The military gave us a way to be able to bypass the parking brake by a manual pump. So now we can at least roll it on the trailer. This thing can be a pain to try to move. It is a pain to move without the brake released. I had to manhandle around the yard with the loader and it was not great.
What? Yeah, I know.
That's nice. You had that before?
Yeah, it just doesn't fire. It's like no compression.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to use the trailer exactly what it's for. This is kind of cool. I wanted to just come do this to show you guys, but it looks like now it's the real deal. You really need it. And we have an option to use the winches on the het or the loader, and I think we may use the winch so we can test them out anyways, and because it's a little bit safer than the loader. I bought this truck to sell, and just like everything else that I buy and I fall in love with, this one I think might stay in the family, and I might have to do a full build on this one. It's fine. Like, it's just too clean. It's so freaking clean. So now we're gonna roll that winch line all the way out to the telehandler. Probably hook it onto the basket so it pulls kind of high. And then drag the telehandler on.
We can pick it up with the loader. Or this guy over there.
Yeah, that would actually be handy. Little more. What? Yeah, I was gonna go under it. Steer. Steer down.
That was way too complicated. Telling you, moving stuff that's just stuck and not willing to move under its own power is the worst. And lifting that arm without the motor running, like our options are basically undo the hydraulic lines, but even then they've got like safety valves that don't let it fall. So you have to like tear the whole hydraulic system apart to get it to move. So as ugly as that was, believe it or not, that's about the cleanest way to do it.
It's like we're on a recovery.
I know, in our own backyard.
Wait, you guys had ramps over here the whole time.
That is so awesome. The way we just made it through that turn back there, like no big deal. No other truck or trailer is gonna make it through there. And this just walked right through it. It was a little weird at first once we got on the road because the steering we didn't have centered up. So we pulled over and adjusted the steering. And once we got it centered up, it followed perfectly. It looked to me like a couple tires were blown out though, but maybe not.
That one is. Oh, what is that? Or that just looks weird in there, right?
Nope. Tire's good.
It sounded like one was sticking, but then it started rolling. So I think it just needed to get freed up.
No, they're all good. This one's on its way because it hit the curb.
You might have popped it off the bead for a second.
It wrinkled that sidewall. I mean, they're brittle and old, but I mean,
They look like they're
that
in great
thing,
condition till now.
that thing's freaking sweet. Those trucks, I don't know how the Army used them for what they did because they are so gutless though. Like they do not have a lot of,
Get up and go.
for what you would expect it to have, hauling the heavy loads. Like you got to be in low transfer case low to be able to get anywhere with those things. But if you're not trying to go fast, you're good.
Well, they're supposed to go like 35 miles an hour.
If you're not first, you're last. Listen, he told me 70-ton trailer. He's heard a rumor of someone hauling 200,000 pounds on one. I said, we got 2 trailers. Why not hook them together? You know, 400,000 pound world record. Probably not a world record, but you know, be a record for us.
What for Utah?
Yes, I'm so excited to show you guys this. Here. How do you pop this bad boy? There we go. Look at this. Voila! Look at that guy! Hey, this is Cole. Cole is gonna be your guys' new best friend because Cole used to be here for several years and he ran the Sparks Motors channel. Sparks Motors channel basically does behind the scenes looks at builds, you know, everything that's going on in the shop that we don't show on the main channel. Well, he's back and we are starting the ultimate Heavydsparks behind the scenes channel. What that's gonna be is basically all the build process that doesn't make it on the main channel. If you ever follow the Sparks Motors channel, all of like the good stuff in the shop, start to finish builds, right?
Bringing it back.
Bringing it all back. And Cole is, he does a really good job at like making sure that we tell the story of how a build comes together, what like technical details go into it. We're interviewing the shop guys. So you guys asked for it. A lot of you want to see behind the scenes and figure out how these builds actually come together. Well, it's happening. So look forward to maybe weekly videos.
No, weekly videos for sure.
He's more committed
Lots
than
of shorts, weekly videos. Everything that Heavy D doesn't show, I'm gonna show it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, like you say, right?
The good, the bad, and the very ugly. All right, get in, let's go. We got videos to make. See you guys on the behind the scenes channel.
Dude, I almost threw up twice. Between like the fumes of the tires is coming through the trunk and the like back and forth like pressure on my head versus like trying to keep my feet in place. Pretty sure I ruined that trunk. Yeah, I wouldn't do that again. And it was hot, dude.
Yeah.
But where's the AC?
Yeah, that's true. It was a little spicy in there.
First day back,
What's up,
huh?
Al?
Oh, dude.
You're about to see a lot of Al and me
Yeah.
doing random stuff, fixing military stuff,
Well, that's good.
doing stuff.
It's better than doing nothing at all.
Yeah, no, I like
Yeah.
it.
He's been so optimistic recently.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What do
Why?
you mean? I'm always
What's
optimistic.
the big change, Al?
What do you mean? Like, when does this recently come across? Is that like today?
Last
Yes-
90 days for sure.
Last 90 days?
Yeah. I marked it on my
Really?
calendar.
because I mean, I was like really exhausted. We had so much stuff going on, like for like the last 3 weeks. I was like exhausted and just like passing out.
Just had to beat it out of you, huh?
Alan's like your kid. You have to get, or your dog. You have to run him around and make him happy. You know?
So I'm a dog now.
No. you have to get your energy out to be
Woof.
happy.
Woof.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I like to do stuff. If
Yeah.
I'm not doing stuff, but
If you idle hands or the what? Devil's Playground.
the government's playground.
Government's Playground. Yep. Same.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking it'd be nice to take like a couple weeks just to sleep.
That'd be good too.
But I managed to get enough off afterwards and went to bed early after work.
Real quick, guys, before we get moving some of these vehicles, you guys probably saw the last video where we did the update at Alan's compound. We brought him a big load of steel that we surprised him with, which pretty happy about.
Thanks, Dave.
yeah,
Hey,
you-
that deserves a hug.
Another one. This is my hug number 2.
Yeah.
Man, you smell like Crocodile Dundee.
Well, you know,
That's a good thing.
I've been working under a truck. I've been in the oil. I've been on the welding. I've been on the grinding. So yeah, we've been busy running around trying to get all of your military stuff to do not stuff to do stuff.
The stuff that's not doing stuff, we want it to do
Do
stuff so
stuff.
that it doesn't have to sit around not doing stuff.
Yes.
So in the video with Alan, we delivered a step deck full of steel. I believe we were right around 30 tons. No, about 20 tons of steel. Big I-beams. No, it was more than that. It was like 25 tons. Anyways, we couldn't fit it all on the trailer, so some of it's still here at our storage yard. This is really nice stuff. This is like very weather-resistant, galvanized structural steel.
Yeah.
So basically, before we get moving the military vehicles, I told Alan I want him to see the rest of the material that we have left for him, that we got to take another trip out. The only things that aren't included is this big beam right here, because I got that from the guy who gave me the steel, is keeping that. And the grates, we're keeping the grates, but everything else, you got all these smaller beams, you got posts, you got ladders. I love the ladders.
Yeah.
Those would be cool on the outside of the fortress.
Yeah.
So what's your plans?
Well, the one thing is here's a preliminary drawing. We're gonna do, this is main, because you gave me 6 gigantic beams.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use those, and with the walls, we can have 42 by what the length of the beam is.
Mm-hmm.
And then most of the column pieces you got me are about 8 feet tall, but we want to go a little taller, but there's enough, if we cut and we weld them together, we can get 12 feet.
Oh.
So we can have a 12 feet high, so we can have an underground bunker that's really usable.
Yeah. So it'd be about 40 feet wide.
40 feet
Or
wide.
however long the longest
Yeah,
beams
the beams, and then 42.
These are the beams running this way?
Right, because I have wood 10 by 10 blocks that can go across all of that. It's solidly.
Yeah.
So it'll be like 10 inches of solid wood going across, and that's a 6-foot span. They're all 6 foot. So that can hold, those 6-footers can hold tons.
You guys picking up on this? The big beams are running this way, like these dots right here, because he's got a bunch of those. And then running this way, he's going to run the big 10 by 10 timbers.
No, actually the beams go this way. You can see this long line.
Oh, that's the beam.
Yes.
And does that
And then
count for all
each
the
of
beams?
these dots will have a column sticking up.
Ah, gotcha.
Support column, support column, support column. Even steel support column on the side along with the cinder block wall.
Do we have enough beams to do, I believe that's
Yes.
8 beams total, right?
No, it's like, 6 beams.
But what about the outsides?
The outside is just the cinder block wall. We
gotcha.
can always put reinforcements, shorter
Yeah.
beams or whatever we need. There'll be a beam on the front, and then we'll have an entrance that looks like a military bunker.
Oh, yeah.
And then here is where the other tunnel from the previous
Yep,
bunker that
yep.
we have down there will connect, and there'll be an opening so we could connect and build another one in the future.
Keep in mind, this is all underground. So we're going to build it. We're going to excavate the hillside, build the bunker, and then backfill it so it'll look just like the natural hillside. You wouldn't know unless you got down to ground level and looked in the door, but it's all kind of intentionally concealed.
It'll have a hump.
Yeah.
So
I
So
like it.
All right.
So the rest of this is all available. We've got
Cool.
some really good stuff. I mean, this round,
Oh, yeah.
this round structural guy right here, that's a beefcake. There's several vertical posts that already
Yes.
have the bases on them.
We'll need like all those right there will be needed,
Yeah,
and
those rubber track pad, whatever they are, that'd make like a great traction pad of some sort.
I mean we can just lay them out, and it would be great for working on.
Yep.
So yeah.
So lots of good stuff. There's some smaller stuff.
Right.
There's some random cables. There's another pretty good structural beam right there. That
Yeah.
guy.
Some of those can be good for like right over the doors
Yeah.
and stuff. So So yeah,
This is all, I mean, this is really, really good stuff. This is stuff that, originally this pile of material that we already took plus this is a couple $100,000 worth of steel here.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's probably more if you had to order brand new.
That's what I'm saying, brand
yeah.
new. And even used value, it's probably 40, 50 grand worth. There's also some flat sheet here, so you can use these to skin something.
Whoa, you kidding me? Really? This is really useful.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome too. It's just one awesome thing after another, isn't it, Dave?
I guess so. You deserve it, buddy. All right, now we're gonna get moving on this stuff.
Toot toot, we're here.
Seems bad to the bone.
I'll let him shut up because he had it running.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it's his baby.
Sneeze.
It's a little queef. He's tired.
Good to see you, decent Dave.
I'm not good to see you. She's not too loud. She bobs and weaves through traffic like a dream, man.
Yeah.
Little race car. The trailer's awesome. The trail's right behind you. Doesn't have a bunch of swing out like most big semi-truck trailers do. It just, you can take tight turns. You can cut gaps. You do things that no other semi-trailer can do.
Cut the A gap.
Yeah. A sweaty chest bump?
Yeah.
Alan has been cranking away on this thing. You guys notice that I always have AirPods in. A lot of people are always like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Like running around?" You know what? I don't really have a good answer other than I like listening to stuff. Sometimes in a music mood, sometimes I'm in a podcast mood, sometimes I'm into audiobooks. Right now I'm listening to a Jack Carr book, and it's a great book.
You don't read?
I listen. Yeah. So that's why. I also do a lot of phone calls, and so these being able to just talk and be able to use my hands, I just kind of have my AirPods in all day. So I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to look like I'm cooler than anybody. I am cool, but not necessarily cooler than you. We're all just cool together. It's convenient. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm excited to get this crane running. Like I said, we had it running when we first received it. The transporter brought it out. We unloaded it, got it fired up. The engine, like I said, it leaks coolant like crazy. I think it might have a bad head gasket because it also smokes white, but it actually ran decent. We didn't check any of we didn't top off the hydraulic oil last time, so it's probably gonna be a little bit low. But if we can at least get it started and pull it onto the trailer here, then we can haul it over to the shop and we can actually go through it and get it up and functioning. This is one that, honestly, old cranes are hard to sell because anybody who needs a crane is going to be typically a company that does overhead lifting, and those companies have to have all new, fully certified. They have to have really nice equipment that is like very well kept. An old crane like this, you might find like a small company that just uses it every once in a while, like a construction company to lift, like rafters and lumber and stuff like that. But they can't use it every day for commerce. There's other like farmers and ranchers. Those kind of guys love these things, love stuff like this. But for me, having a 25-ton crane around just whenever we need it, and only being into it, like I said, $5 grand is what I paid for it. I'm into it more shipping. So I bet you I'm into this thing every bit of 15, 16 grand. And if we can get it running right, to have a crane that I'm into for less than 20 grand, that has a 50,000 pound capacity and a really tall, I think it's like a 100-foot boom. That's a good deal, because you can just, like my buddy Harry here at the yard that we keep all of our stuff at, he's got that old crane right there. That's a big, it's like a 50 or 60 ton crane. They use that, just leave it stationary right there. So they pull loads in, they need stuff popped off, they just fire it up, move it. They never have to worry about driving the crane or moving it around. It's in the perfect unloading spot. So could do the same thing like this if we have this running. we could pick up all the stuff over here at the yard without needing the equipment. Fingers crossed it starts and runs.
One of the switches, and then the button. Ready? Go!
Has 900 hours on it. But we got to get the fuel system primed. You crack an injector?
What?
You crack a fuel line? I haven't. Probably need to. Always nice to find records on old vehicles, even if they're covered in black mold. Which black mold is no joke. I try to keep that shit as far away from me as possible. Let's see, 25 ton. HMC. Last oil analysis was 1994, looks like. No, 96. This thing was $194,000 new. That's what the Army paid for it. Crazy. Bought it for literally like 2% of the original value. That's nuts. See, this is where a lot of the value in a crane is the inspections, making sure that the cable, the pulleys, all that stuff is safe and it's not going to break or drop the load. This last inspection was done in December 1995. There's fuel. Come on, baby. Come on. Yes, sir. There we go. Sounds good. Let's see. Oil pressure. That's a good sign. That's not great, but it's not having a bad head gasket. How much is blown once?
Oh, turn this on.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
trailer, the tire's toast. We can't get any air in it, like right here. We gotta just try to get it on as is. That's cool. I'm stoked. That worked out fantastic. Being able to raise and lower this trailer is freaking handy as shit. But I'll tell you what's not handy: pebbles in your shoes. It might be one of the things, like my top 3 least favorite things in life is a pebble in my shoe. Let's see, raise.
Still gave Cole a heart attack.
Wow.
I don't think Cole's used to the rapid heart rate like that.
I almost tipped over.
Yeah.
Truck is a beast. Freaking, I just put the 8th mile on it. It's freaking insane. That truck is so just dialed. It's brand new. And you know, I've never understood the hype of trying to haul heavy loads with these hets, just because they don't have a lot of different gearing options in the transmission. But if you shift right and you start in first and you let it kind of work its way through the gears, this is super annoying. It actually pulls pretty damn well. I mean, you're never gonna go faster than 40, 45 miles an hour, but with this setup, it needs to go that fast. It pulled that crane great. I think we're probably 70,000 on the crane. The empty weight of the trailer is 50,000, so we're 70, so 120. Plus, I think the truck is like 35, 40. Yeah, 40,000 pounds. So 160,000 pound, 170,000 pound load right here. Just no big deal.
Oh yeah, those bitches got hot. I mean,
It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, it literally
Well, you
might
can
have just
see-
melted the edges of them.
we see that divot?
Scars.
Scarred it. Straight up and down that biz natural.
So it looks like the telehandler is going to need a motor swap or a rebuild. Might just be able to do pistons, rings, just like a overhaul. I'm guessing the overhaul kit for this is probably a couple grand. Used takeout 4.5 Cummins engines, probably 4 or 5 grand. So that's all right. We'll be into it 5-6 grand. It's still a $75,000 machine, and I'm only into it like probably 30 with shipping. I paid more than I wanted to, because you can pay for 35. You can get like a mint one. I should have been patient, but it is what it is. Well, dudes and dudettes, that's gonna be it for this week's video. We got a lot done. Sometimes when we give you these weekly updates, it's literally just what we're doing around the shop, just running around. This is one of the very few weeks that we were home pretty much all week. I was in Seattle for 1 day this week for a meeting up there for like half a day. Other than that, we've been here and made a ton of progress. We have a bunch of inventory that I want to get rid of just because it's taking up space, and the market's good to get rid of, you know, functional, nice equipment like this. So I've got my fleet of military trucks that I'm keeping for myself, that I'll always have for rescue vehicles, for heavy haul, logistics, fun, but I don't need like 3 or 4 of every type of vehicle. I probably just need like 1 or 2. So keeping the fleet, I got dump trucks, I got flatbeds, I got trailers, I got heavy haul, 8x8s, 10x10s, 6x6, 4x4s, you name it. We got tracked vehicles. We got Unimog. Actually, I have a whole new shipment of stuff that I'm bringing in from Nevada. It's another 12 or 15-ish vehicles. It's gonna be pretty cool. So we're gonna get that out here, doing a separate video on that. But good news is, we know what we've got, we know what it needs, and now we can get it fixed, get it sold, and keep the lights on, pay the employees, buy more stuff. That's the name of the game, right? So, with that said, it's Friday afternoon. I'm out of here.
We had a lot of cool stuff here. You wanna know where else you can find a lot of cool stuff? UsefulJunk.com. In fact, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you go to UsefulJunk.com, get yourself some useful junk, some cool stuff, and maybe you'll win some cool stuff because this truck right here is being given away on UsefulJunk.com. Then you can have some cool adventures like we got. UsefulJunk.com, cool stuff, cool prizes, cool people.